Todd, which one are we breaking down first?
Oh, I just wanted to start with the good, and I wanted to be good the whole way through. So there's nothing here in the first quarter.
Let's go. I like that.
But we're going to start with, Pat Surtain's pick. This is the game-changing play that really sparked the team and got them on a roll. So what we have here is everybody's in man-to-man with a single high safety. And Pat does a good job of keeping outside leverage. So this receiver is going to fake like he's going across, and then he's going to end up running an out-breaking route. You're getting the over on the backside. And then between these three players, they have the two tight ends and the running back. And unfortunately, somebody we don't have to highlight any linebackers. Somebody, lets Brock Bowers go free. Pat Surtain does a great job being on the outside. P.J. Locke is coming to help Riley Moss on the inside. Great leverage here. So everybody's doing their job. Unfortunately, Brock Bowers is wide open. But in the NFL, it's hard to be in front of the route and jump the route when you're in man-to-man or in zone. So the number one way you get interceptions is tips and overthrows. Pat's second interception, he tipped it to himself. The first interception was an overthrow by Gardner Minshew, and Pat is right there in good position to make the pick, make the play, and then also take it to the house, 100 yards. He was running like a gazelle, and he looked good, man.
He did, and he said after the game when he saw the flag, he thought, oh no, I'm tired. And it was so relieved when they picked it up. 100-yard pick six, the second longest pick six in Broncos history. And he joins history. Him and one other guy for the Seahawks had 100-yard touchdowns on defensive plays.
Same day, right?
It's the only time that's happened in NFL history.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It was a great day for defense yesterday, at least our defense.
Exactly.
I think the Broncos need to use Pat on offense.
Wow, you're diving into a whole other conversation.
Yep. I've seen enough. I think it's time. I think watching Travis Hunter has convinced me. But, if you get toward December, say you're sitting there like 8-5 or something, the offense is still kind of hit or miss. You're still, a lot of little Jordan Humphrey. You're not really getting everything you want in a passing game. You throw Pat out there for like 10 plays a game. I think it would work.
You wanna tease on this, Henry?
Yes.
Let's ask Pat about this tomorrow.
Oh, is that? Oh,
little tease there. Tune in tomorrow.
Oh,
Tune
wow.
in tomorrow, baby. All right, the next play we have right here is a screen to Javonte, and I felt like the Broncos were in good field position, most of the game, but this was one time when they were backed up. And this is what I meant by we have players making big plays. I have two plays on here that go for over 25 yards. But both of the passes were behind the line of scrimmage. So these are like players making plays for Bo that allow him to have 200 yards passing within this game. So Javonte, we do a nice job. We got motion. We got everybody coming back. We got Bo flowing this way. So it's completely influencing the defense, to come this way and start flowing. You're there in cover two, so he's going to drop in the middle of the field. So it's the perfect play call for this specific play. And right here, you have Javonte, and you have four bodies for two blockers. So guys start getting downfield and start making good blocks. Look at this block right here by the left tackle. Yeah. Great block. Everybody's doing their job. Quinn Miners is 14 yards downfield blocking. When you're able to get your O-lineman that far downfield, and they're blocking the way Quinn does, which is throwing guys out the club, you're going to have very successful plays. And Javonte, I felt like, was really doing a great job running behind his pads. He led the Broncos in rushing and also led the Broncos in receiving, had over 110 yards from the line of scrimmage. I felt like he had a great day, and this is just one of the plays that highlighted, playmakers taking something at -3 yards and make it into a 27 or a 26-yard pass.
I love it, Todd, and I love how it's complementary to, and the way we talked about this game was complementary. This play was complementary. Great play call, like you said. Why it set up was right. How Javonte did well, but then also, just look at Quinn down there, 14 yards. Just a great play to highlight.
Yes, sir. All right, next we're going to keep it on track with the running backs. This is Jaleel. A lot of people think he's an outside runner, but when the O-line blocks the way they're going to block on this play, you can run inside, he can run outside. There's really nothing that he can't do with the O-line is blocking the way they have been the last couple games. So this is like a toss, but it's really like an influence toss. So if you see that the way these blocks are being set up, these guys actually aren't like running to cut you off. So within this play, what Sean and the offense wants you to do is kind of overcommit. They want these guys to flow over the top, and then Jalil's going to take the ball, and then he has the option to cut it back and run inside or stay front side, but they don't really want this going outside of the tackle. So they get everybody flowing over the top just like they want. There was a great double team here by the center and the tackle. Tackle comes off and washes his guy, and Jalil hits it downhill and hits a perfect cutback. I mean, look at this hole, man. Yeah. Everybody's washed down. The only person that can make the tackle is the safety. Like, this is great blocking by the O-line. And I like the play call, too. Like, it's a simple run, but you understand why they're doing it. They're trying to influence everybody with their speed back. All he does is run to the outside. All right, look at this. Watch this. Yeah. When you guys flow quickly, we're going to hit down inside, and we're going to have a wide open gap because our offensive line is going to do a great job blocking, and this leads to a big run by him, and the safety has to end up making the tackle.
And, man, give me one-on-one Jalil with a safety, and I'm taking him more often than not. The safety got him this time, but I love getting that set up. That hole was so big, Henry could have run through it.
Yeah, quickly, yeah.
No, you wouldn't have ran through quickly, but you would have ran through it.
I would score. Just give a little shake to
give
Mr.
a little what? What would you do? Do that again?
A little shake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Henry can run between the tackles.
Is that number?
He said Jalil was too small to run between the tackles. I don't think Henry can do it either.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just see what Jules screwed up is he just give a little shake to that number 26 guy, and then all of a sudden it's a touchdown.
Oh my god!
You can teach him something.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
All right, so next is a play. I thought it was great to highlight Riley Moss. I didn't include his pick in here, but I want to include a play that I thought was just as good and a really tough play to have right here. They're sitting here. I can't see the entire coverage, but it looks like cover 3 the way that Brandon Jones comes down to the box. We got curl flat hook there, and then we have Riley Moss right here one-on-one because he's going to have this deep third. And the tough thing about this is it's a double move. So they're going at Riley no matter what. Like, this is where the ball is going to go. You're playing opposite of Pat Surtain. They're going to try to take advantage of you. So they give him the double move. It's actually blocked up pretty well. So it's literally on Riley he's the only person that can make this play. He's the only person that can stop it. And he does a great job of being stride for stride with the receiver. And they always say, don't swipe at the ball because you'll miss it. Just put your hands right through his hands. And that's how you are able to get PBUs and pass breakups. And this is 2nd and 9. When the Raiders are trying to get back a momentum, we've taken the lead. It's the beginning of the third quarter. And I feel like this was a huge play that he makes that I've seen a lot of corners give up. I think it's easy to get beat on a double move when you're the only one out there and you're on an island. So Riley Moss is playing a great game. Now he's making picks. He's getting PBUs, forced fumbles. I think he's having a really, really good year.
I love that you brought this up. And, Todd, maybe I'd be playing in the league if I was given that tip in high school. You don't swat at the ball. You play the hands.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what I did here.
Stick your hands in there.
Man,
Pause.
love it.
Or just catch it.
Well, he did that later.
He did that too.
He did that too.
This next one is, Justin Stranad. I feel like he's been playing really, really good football the last 2 days. So this was a TFL by him. We're in our base defense. So we got 5 on the line. We got two linebackers, and we got the back end in a shell. And so they're going to run motion here. And we call this like a slash play. So when your coverage comes back, you have to fall back. So Justin does a good job of falling back and taking his gap. So you can see Justin right here. He fell back. He's going to fall back when this guy tries to come and blast our outside linebacker. He's going to be able to fit right in between the crease. So when they flash this guy back, there's going to be a crease that's created between the tackle blocking down on the D lineman and this tight end going to block the outside linebacker. Justin Stranad does a great job of filling this crease that you see right here and absolutely stones the running back in the backfield. And I thought this was a great play by him. This is a TFL. This is not just a regular tackle. This is not a tackle 10 yards down the field that goes on the stat sheet out of tackle. Like, TFLs are hard to come by because you have to know your job and you have to execute it very quickly. And I think he did a great job of stunning the running back and making this play right here.
Snod's playing out of his mind right now.
Yep.
It's awesome to see. So I'm happy you highlighted him.
And I told him about it, man. He got to keep it going. This next one was Marvin Mims. He had a 38-yard return that ended up setting up a score for the Broncos. And I thought the entire day the Broncos were really in great field position, whether it was the defense keeping the Raiders backed up, so when they punt, they got the ball in good field position, or it was other guys like Marvin Mims having big returns that ended up setting up scores for our offense. So you see Marvin Mims getting down the field. And first of all, I want to point out Tremon Smith. He does a great job of this one-on-one block. Sometimes when you're out there on the edge as a gunner, sometimes you get double teams, you get 2-on-1 where you have to guard, where it's two of you guys trying to block one guy. That's an easier block. He's beating this guy one-on-one and allows Marvin Mims to come and capture this edge. And he's also our returner. Like, you got to give him some credit. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's going to block for you, you got to be able to know that as a team. Like, he's putting his heart and soul in blocking for Marvin. So when he's back there, we got to put our whole heart and soul in blocking for him. So he does a great job of allowing Marvin Mims to capture this edge. And also, I couldn't tell who this was, but I'm just going to say it's a linebacker because that's what I want to do. But the linebacker does a great job of, what's like a hit by tackle. So this is a tough situation to be in because you don't want to get called for a block in the back. So you kind of push this guy on this hip and kind of turn your shoulder so that it looks like you try to run by him. But this linebacker did a great job of, creating this edge. And Marvin Mims, when he has the edge, I feel like there's no really catching him. Everybody's just running from behind. So he does a great job of getting downfield. Like I said, 38-yard return. And this really helps set up our Broncos offense for another score.
Yep. In the second half, the Broncos offense ran 31 plays. Only 7 were on their own half of the field.
Yep.
The Raiders had 6 drives, and they only got to midfield once.
Love
so basically, that entire second half, they just played on the Raiders' half.
Yeah, they did a great job.
The whole game was on the Raiders' half.
Yeah.
All right, this next one. So this is another play from Little Jordan Humphrey, who has been consistent. Since last year, I think Little Jordan Humphrey is breaking tackles, making plays, and extending plays, and he continues to do it. And this is another play. This one goes for 27 yards, and it's also a throw from behind the line of scrimmage. So Bo had a great game yesterday, but there's about 60 yards in this breakdown of plays that the offense is making or playmakers are making. And that's what I wanted to say is that we have playmakers on offense. Like, Bo's not throwing the ball 30 yards down the field, 40 yards down the field to get these 200-yard games. Like, we're having playmakers make plays, and I think they should get credit for it.
Yep.
So Lil Jordan Humphrey gets this ball behind the line of scrimmage. You got blockers out front, but they have more defenders than we have blockers. So in all actuality, this should be a 1-yard gain. This is a linebacker.
Yep.
The linebacker should make the tackle right here. But Lil Jordan Humphrey, strong, fast, he's dynamic, he makes plays, he breaks this tackle, and then goes on to break another tackle by the corner trying to come off, and then ends up taking off and turns this into a 27-yard run or a 27-yard catch. And I think that's all him. That's all playmakers making plays because in all actuality, it was an okay play call. It was an okay situation. We get the first down on 2nd and 1, but we don't do plays like this unless our playmakers make those plays. So this was all Little Jordan Humphrey.
I thought he was taking it to the house just like he did last year, I think, against the Chargers. When he took that and broke like 4 tackles. This was like the exact same play. He just got taken down right before, though. But huge play.
Yeah, he has that ability. Like, with Gervonta, if you ask him why he breaks tackles, like, a lot of guys don't even know why. It's just something I do. Like, I can feel the tackle. I have enough balance to stay on my feet, and I feel like he has that same ability to kind of run after the catch. He's hard to bring down. I think he needs more opportunities.
Yeah.
And this is the last play. I think they love running Jalil to this right side, behind the line of scrimmage. This was in sequence, that last drive. So you have the Marvin Mims 38-yard touchdown. They have a few plays. You have the Lil Jordan Humphrey 27-yard play, and now you have Jalil that's going to punch it in for a touchdown. So he catches this ball at the 14-yard line. So I know it goes on paper as a 4-yard catch, a TD catch, but I mean he has to make 14 yards to get there.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of pressure on our playmakers to make plays. And yesterday they all did what they needed to do. Great blocking by Burton to give him a lane to run through, but the playmakers are making plays, man. They're doing a good job.
And speaking of just throwbacks, that was a throwback to the Tampa Bay game where on 4th down he makes a play to get the touchdown and really kind of give momentum to the Broncos. He did it again there. I love that. And the playmakers took that drive over, Todd.
For
Love
sure.
you showing that.
Yep.
And
Well,
boom, there's the inside scoop. Love it.